Hey Adrian, this is Brian from Lead Hounds, and yeah, thanks again for taking my call earlier. I just wanted to follow up and give you that review of your website that I mentioned. So I'm just kind of gonna do it live here, just kind of winging it a little bit. So just bear with me. But yeah, anyway, I want to just show you basically how you're doing online with your website. And what that means is, are people actually able to find your website without you just giving it to them? So, yeah, let's just get going. So here we are at presidentialroofingutah.com, aka Sexy Roofer, as you told me. And website looks solid, but let's see what happens when we search for something that someone might look for when they're trying to find your services, right? And this is going to target new customers of yours, right? People who don't know who they want to work with. They're just looking for roofing services and they want to find a good company. So I went ahead and searched for Ogden roofing companies. I know you're Syracuse, but Ogden's kind of like what more people look for. So I searched for that. And we can see what comes up on the Google results. So we have these are the paid ads up here. We can do that too, but not focusing on those for now. Then we got the maps, and these are what's called the organic websites, right? So these organic sites are going to be what people click on the most because they're the most trusted, right? Because Google's showing these without taking any money from anyone. So up here, you see some these are like listings, and then we have like some of your competitors: Rams Roofing, American Prestige Roofing. I think I saw that one's like right near you. But so far I don't see Presidential Roofer. So we can keep scrolling a bit. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm not seeing Presidential Roofers. We're scrolled down to the point where nobody is looking this deep in Google, right? If they want to find your website. So why don't we take a look at your website on a search tool that I use. It's called Ahrefs. It basically is going to tell me, what keywords do you show up for. So here we go. All right, just bear with me while we load here. Okay, so I went ahead and searched Presidential Roofing on Ahrefs, and what this is telling me right here is that your website doesn't show up, right? So there's no keywords that anyone can search that are going to find your website. So, that it might be obvious, but that's not really what you want, right? You want people to see you come up first when they search for this stuff, and that's just going to automatically make them believe that you are the best company. It's going to put that in their mind right away. So why don't we compare that to one of those competitors that we saw on that first page? This is American Prestige Roofing. So we'll go over here, put them in Ahrefs, and we see right here, so they have a lot of keywords, right? 429 keywords that they will show up for when people search it in Google, right? Including this one, Ogden Roofing Companies. So we can go ahead and look at these words and see what we got here. All right, so you see right here, there's that keyword, Ogden Roofing Companies. They're number 2, right? They're one of the top positions for this. And you look here, what that's saying is there's 50 people that search for this exact phrase every single month, right? And that might not sound like a lot, but if you go down this list, right, we have a lot of other ones that people are looking for, right? Roof replacement costs Utah, another 50. Roofing Ogden, Utah. It's different phrasing, and it's another 20 keywords. Metal roofing Utah, Ogden roofing, another 70, right? So we're already like in the hundreds of searches, right? There's literally like a few hundred people searching for a roofer every single month just in Ogden, right? If you go down to, I don't know if you do jobs in Salt Lake, Bountiful, surrounding areas, but we can do even more if you want to do jobs in those places. So how do you compete with this, right? That's what, I want to help you learn to do, is have your website show up for these keywords. So you got people coming inbound to your business, giving you calls and saying, hey, can you fix my roof? So there's a few things that you want to do to make that happen. The first one is going to be adding some content to your website, right? So I checked out Presidential Roofing. It looks solid, right? Looks professional, but there's not too much content on here, right? You don't have pages for the services you offer, right? Like we saw roof replacement on there or roof repair in those keywords. We want to have individual pages for those services so that you're educating your potential customers, because that's what Google wants to see, right? They want to show websites that are helping people find what they're looking for. So let's look at that competitor, American Prestige Roofing. And their website's fine. Again, nothing too special, but you can see right away they got a lot of words on here, right? They're telling people what their company's about, what services they offer, and what those services are good for. And we can look through, and they have all of that for every service that they want to put out there, right? So that's going to be the first thing we want to do, is get some good content on there that's going to help Google understand what search terms you want to show up for. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about is what's called backlinks. So a backlink is basically when another website posts your URL on their site, right? And what that does is it tells Google that other people are talking about you. And when they see that, especially if it's relevant websites like, another roofing website puts your link on there, that's going to tell them that you're a trustworthy business. And they'll reward you for that trust by moving you up in those search rankings for the keywords you want to go after. So we see you have 3 backlinks. It's, this referring domains. That means 3 websites have your link on them. So that's good that you have a few. It's a good start. Let's look at American Prestige. You see they have 34 backlinks, right? So that's a good amount, right? That's like a good number that you would want to get to, because it's really working well for them. So what we want to do is go through and look at all these websites and either get a link from them, or we can get a similar type of website to link to your website. And what that's going to do is match the strategy that American Prestige is using to get so much traffic to their site. So that's going to be the second thing you want to do. And lastly, one more thing, you'll want to try to get your site to show up in these map rankings, right? So that's going to be the same idea, right? We want to promote your Google Maps listing just like we do your website, right? So adding content, adding links to your Google page, and if we can get it up into these top 3 listings that show up right on the search page, that's going to get you even more customers coming into your website. All right, Adrian, so those are the 3 things I just wanted to run through with you. I hope you learned something and, have a better sense of what your website is doing for you and what it could be doing for you. So if you're interested in hearing more about this, I'm happy to talk to you anytime. I know you said you're busy, so no rush with this at all. Really just wanted to educate you here, give you my rundown of your website. So thanks so much for listening. If you want to reach out, you got my number, or you can come to my website, leadhoundsseo.com, and feel free to just book a time by hitting this button right here. All right. Thanks, man. Have a good one.